Hey, what is up, everybody? Yes, sir, I'm back. I'm better than ever. Got a mustache. We're gonna do some questions, and I'm a little bit nervous. Not I'm back, but I am very excited. I've been gone for a while, and I have missed you guys. Even though there's not a lot of you, I'm excited to be back. I really didn't miss making YouTube videos. I haven't been making them just because I was busy with work. I got a new job. I'm working for Chase now, making hella money. It's great, and I'm almost done with school. But soccer's my life. Betting just got approved. I guess it's legal now in Ohio, so I'm pretty happy about that. Just making some money off there too. And I am gonna leave some predictions after I answer my questions, just at the end of the video, so you guys can take it as you want. It's not financial advice, but I have made like 2K in like maybe a month. It's not a lot of money, but it's what I could what I could spend versus what I make. But yeah, like one of the biggest ones, not soccer or football, but American football. I made like 1K from the Super Bowl, which is awesome. And then I make like 200, 300 off of games here and there. But net, I've made 2,000. So pretty happy about that. So without further ado, let's get into the question. First off, we have question number 1, which is who is most likely to win the Champions League final? In my opinion, between two teams, Manchester City and Real Madrid. Which one is more likely to win? It's hard to go against Real Madrid, It's hard to go against Real Madrid. Just because they always seem to find a way, even though they're not like the best in La Liga or in their domestic tournaments. They always have an edge when it comes to Champions League. It's crazy, but they always come back. They 5-2 against Liverpool last year. They got through Manchester City, Chelsea, PSG, all comebacks. So you can't go against Real Madrid in the Champions League. But then again, 5 goals from Erling Haaland, that changes pretty much everything. Just because Erling Haaland is just an amazing player. So it's really tight one. I want to say Real Madrid is going to win the Champions League. I don't want to jinx it, but I think they're going to. I hope so. I bet $50. $50 for like 550, so that's pretty good return. But I would say Manchester City has the better team overall, just because the money they use, the players they have, the front three is all around better than Real Madrid's. Other than like Vinicius Jr. and then Benzema is older, but he gels everything together. So I would say Real Madrid is gonna win the Champions League over Manchester City. So the next question we have, let me read it out. Italy is the country with the most teams advancing in the next round of the Champions League. Is Serie A coming back to its glory days, or have the other teams not been so good this year? I would say Italy, not the national team, but Serie A is coming back. They're doing really good. They beat Tottenham. Milan beat Tottenham. Napoli beat Frankfurt? I think so. Yeah. And then Inter got through. Can't remember who they beat, but yeah, they got through. So I honestly don't think any of them are going to win the Champions League, other than a slight chance for Napoli. But I did bet 50 for AC Milan to win. and I would make 2K if that goes through. So I hope that happens, but it probably won't. In all seriousness, I think Napoli will win. Um, if any Serie A teams are going to win, but Serie A is coming back to their glory days. They haven't won a Champions League in a while. Juventus aren't getting any better, but I honestly do think that they have potential to grow if they don't sell all their good players, like Osimhen, the guy from Napoli, Kvaratskhelia or something. Can't remember his name. You guys know who I'm talking about though. And then like Serie A just has Rafael Leao, and all their players, you know. Inter Milan is a pretty sus team just because Martinez is the new Higuain, you know how it is. Lukaku's kind of mid, but their midfield is older, but they're experienced. They're really good at controlling the pace, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, so based on the UCL performances so far, start, bench, sell. The options are Benzema, Haaland, and Osimhen. What I would do for the three of them would have to be start Haaland because of the 5 goals, bench Benzema. He can come on maybe later on, just if Haaland's not doing anything. If he has those one of those days, and you know he's had one of those days already when he hasn't gotten a shot off on target. And Osimhen's really young. He's really good, but he can improve, and he's not to the level of Haaland or Benzema, not yet at least, but he has a lot of potential. So the next question is, are you bored of Manchester City? Their performances, I guess. And my answer is 100% no. They score so many goals. It's so fun to see how they just dismantle teams sometimes, and how they can be vulnerable sometimes too, just on the back foot. How they almost lost against Crystal Palace, and how bad they can be sometimes, but how amazing they can be sometimes too. So it's you don't know what you're gonna get from Manchester City. The only consistent team would have to be. Actually, there are no consistent teams right now, other than like Arsenal, I guess, and Barcelona, but they're not in the Champions League. So, anywho, Conte keeps asking for Tottenham fans for patience. Are there more patient people on the planet? Maybe a guy who commits to a team for more time might grow to understand his own fans. Alright, so Conte has proven himself to be a top manager just because he's gotten so many teams titles, but Tottenham's just a different beast. Like, it's pretty much impossible for them to ever get silverware just because, I don't know, their mentality is just a loser's mentality sometimes. They always, at the end, they always mess it up for some reason. Even though I root for them, I want them to win something, but it's just so hard to be a fan when they always lose at the last minute. It just sucks, man. I really do hope that Conte can still turn it around, even though he's been what is it? I don't want to say bitching, but he's been just I guess bitching. He's been moaning about being at this team, the players he didn't get, and all the bad stuff that can happen at Tottenham, because he knew what he was getting himself into when he signed for Tottenham. So yeah. All right. So this is a good one. Next question. Can you consider Guardiola to be a top level player after that performance? And I would say yes, just because every player has his bad day. Even Holland had his bad day when he didn't produce a shot on target. So Guardiola is not the only defender on Leipzig's team. He also had his other center back, but he didn't have a good game, and nobody in that team had a good game. And it's a team sport. He could have done better, but then on the night, Holland was unplayable. It was impossible to defend him, and his support was amazing too. So it wasn't his fault. I don't think he's any worse because of that. But I don't. No, I just don't think he's any worse than that than what people think he is, because he's been consistent, and in the World Cup he's just been one of the best defenders. So I don't know why one bad game would make him a bad player. Next question has to be an Arsenal question, of course. Arsenal look incredibly dangerous with Trossard in the lineup. Assuming all the players are healthy, what would your starting front line be for Arsenal? So there's a few ways to play it. If Gabriel Jesus comes back and he's like 100% fit, I still don't think he would get into the team as of now. Maybe like coming in and out, getting a little better. I think he is better than Trossard. But at the moment, just how they're playing right now, I think up front, striker Trossard, left wing Martinelli, and right wing has to be Saka. All three have been great. Like, they've been consistent. They have high energy. They just run and run and run and make great plays. I like them. And Odegaard's running that team. Odegaard is running that team. He had to get out of Real Madrid to show how good he is, and now I don't think Real Madrid regretted 100%, just because they always play with two center mids and a CDM. They never play with a attacking mid, other than like a really long time ago when they had Zidane or James Rodriguez or Isco, but they never they don't usually play with a 10 in a cam position. They always play with a 10 in the center mid, like Modric, and Modric is irreplaceable. He's one of the best players in the world, so there's nothing you can do about that. So the next question is the Bundesliga title race over? And I would say 100% no. Why? Because Bayern Munich still have the Champions League to concentrate on, to focus on, and what is it? Dortmund, they're out, so they only have the Bundesliga to play for. Union Berlin is out too, I think, so they're also on it, and the pressure is definitely on Bayern Munich right now, but they are ahead. It's really hard to say, but it's not over until it's over. I do think Dortmund have a really good shot to make it this time, but I feel like every year we say that. Every year we say that Dortmund have a shot, and then Bayern go on a great run, and then it's over. So I don't think it's over. Slim chance, but it's not over. Right, next question. Can Barca call their last summer spend a success if they just win La Liga? Xavi seems failed to create a competitive team for any European competitions. So the goal of any team is always to win the domestic league. That's their number one focus, always, right? Real Madrid want to win their domestic league. Bayern, Juventus, they always win pretty much, but you see how it's like different now. They haven't won it, and now they're like suffering in the Champions League too. There's Manchester City, Liverpool. Liverpool is going from bad to worse. They just got kicked out of the Champions League. They're nowhere close to the domestic league title or the top six or top four. I mean, and then like the main goal of a sports soccer team or football team should always be to win the domestic league, unless you're Real Madrid, PSG, or Manchester City. Then Manchester City and PSG, their main goal is always to win the Champions League. Real Madrid pretty much own the Champions League just because they always win it. They have like 14 already, so compared to Manchester City 0, PSG 0, and Bayern's like 6, I think. No, not Bayern. Bayern and Barcelona, I think, have the same. But yeah, going back to Barcelona, I do think their summer spending was definitely success. They have greatly improved their team to what they were when Kike Setien was there. They greatly improved from where other managers failed. So Xavi's done a really great job, in my opinion. Lewandowski was such a great signing. A lot of kids are playing there too, so they should be good. They can't handle the pressure of a European tournament yet. I feel like in a few years they will, with Pedri being so young, Gavi. I don't even know if Gavi's there anymore. He is, right? I think so. De Jong might leave to Manchester United, but they have so much talent in that team. To grow, yeah. And they're pretty consistent too. Like they get 1-0, 2-0, but they're consistent at least. And Ter Stegen's putting in a hell of a shift this season, so yeah, he's doing really good this season. All right, last question. It's not a personal question, but it's a nostalgic one, if I can say so. All right. What is the most memorable goal you've ever seen scored in a soccer match, and why does it stand out to you? All right. So as you might have noticed, I'm kind of a Real Madrid fan. So my most memorable goal ever in my life, the one I'm always going to say, is when Sergio Ramos scored in the last minute header against Atletico Madrid, against Courtois, the last minute of the Champions League final, to equal it and go into overtime. And then Real Madrid completely destroying Atletico Madrid. So that was definitely my favorite moment, my favorite goal scored, or goals, or overtime goals. Completely love that. I was so happy. Like, I was down. I thought we had lost the final to Atletico Madrid, but in the end, we beat them once again, as we always do. So, pretty happy about that. Well, that is all my questions I have for today. I'll try to get some more questions off, like, the internet, ESPN, until I start getting questions down in the comment section or on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram down below if you guys want to ask me anything. Oh yeah, and I should leave my predictions, right? Yeah, I'll do that. All right, so today is Wednesday. We already got through, Napoli beating Frankfurt and Real Madrid beating Liverpool. So for tomorrow's games, let's look at some big games. I think Sevilla will beat Fenerbahce again. I think Real Betis will beat Manchester United, but not enough to go through since they're already 4-1. Juventus is going to be Freiburg, of course. Arsenal will beat Sporting, home game. Friday we have no big games, being honest. Saturday, we have Borussia Dortmund versus Cologne, with Borussia Dortmund winning, of course. Then Chelsea Everton will be a good game. I feel like Chelsea will have a chance to show what they got, but in the end, I think they might tie, if I'm being honest. All right, Sunday. Ooh, spicy game. We got Lazio versus Roma. At Lazio Stadium, and I think Roma might just edge it 2-1, just cause Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho knows how to play the game. He knows how to win. So I do think Dybala is gonna be the difference. Napoli's gonna beat Torino. That's over. The Serie A league is definitely over. PSG versus Rennes. That's gonna be a tight game, in my opinion. I think that might be pretty tight, but PSG will probably win because Mbappe's fit again. And let me see. All right, I think that is it, other than the biggest game on Sunday, which is El Clasico. I'm really excited about that. I'm definitely betting on that. I think Real Madrid will win, with Vini scoring a goal, Benzema scoring a goal, Modric scoring a goal, and Lewandowski scoring a goal. So it's going to be 3-1, in my opinion. So, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I really love being back to speak to you guys again. And I really hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you later. Peace.